I would like you all to look at this picture, if you would. You'll notice that this is a picture of three different clocks, and all of them are showing a different time. Now, one of these clocks could be right, or none of these clocks could be right, but there's really no way to tell. The way we measure time as a society is that we have time zones, and the time is based on an international standard. The time doesn't ever change unless you go from time zone to time zone. Now I'd like to switch tracks and talk about the human mind. We all have our own opinions, we all have things that we believe in, we all have our own thought processes, and we all just are our own unique individuals. Now this is complicated because we may be right in our own minds, but other people may not find us to be right. So if we're looking for guidance in this life, it can be difficult because we don't necessarily know who to trust. For example, I could say that dragons still exist, but they only live in England. And you could either choose to believe me or not to believe me, but either way, there has to be a better way to get guidance. Well, the truth of the matter is, no one here on this earth knows everything. In fact, most of us don't know all that much at all. And no one is perfect, and very often people's opinions don't mesh with other people's opinions. You could say that it's not entirely hopeless. In our quest for guidance, there are many places we can turn. We can turn to people we trust, we can turn to the internet, we can turn to books, but none of these sources are the most reliable way to find guidance. However, there is a way to find guidance in life, and I believe that the way we can best find guidance is by turning towards heaven. Now here we have a picture of an iPhone screen, and you will notice that there's the time at the top. The time on this phone will always be right because it is connected to the international standard. Just like the time on this phone, the guidance and wisdom we receive from heaven will always be exactly right, fine-tuned to our needs, and probably with the timing that we need to receive it. So, how do we receive guidance from heaven? The answer is simple, it's personal revelation. Tonight I would like to persuade you and invite you to rely more on personal revelation in your lives. I would like to talk first of all about how we receive personal revelation. The best way to do it is by praying with earnest intent, studying the scriptures and pondering them, and attending our church meetings. What are the blessings that come from personal revelation? Why do we need this personal revelation? First of all, we receive peace and confidence from heaven. It can be hard to feel peace when you don't know what's true and what's not. But when you align your will and your thoughts with those of Heavenly Father, you can feel confident in what you know because Heavenly Father is essentially backing you up. We also receive guidance and direction. Often when we have a difficult choice to make, the best place to turn to help is Heavenly Father, because He is perfect and He knows exactly what would be best for us. Also, by receiving personal revelation, we're strengthening our relationship with Heavenly Father. And the more this relationship is strengthened, the more of the other blessings we will receive, the peace, confidence, guidance, and direction. Also, by seeking personal revelation, we learn what we need to do to return to heaven and live with Him for eternity. And the nice part is, He is very willing to give out personal revelation. There's no catch, there's no payment or fee. All that matters is we have the right intent and we have an earnest desire to know the things that He wants to tell us. So personal revelation is not only helpful, but it's also easy to get, which is why I would invite you to think about how you could gain more personal revelation in your lives, because personal revelation is one of the greatest gifts that we have, and it's the only way that we can ever truly be happy is by listening to the personal revelation we receive. So I would just invite you to improve your relationship with Heavenly Father and receive more personal revelation. And that's it.